The right to keep and bear arms is one of the most fundamental freedoms in American history. But today, that right is under constant attack. Gun owners and Second Amendment advocates are growing more concerned as new laws and regulations threaten their ability to defend themselves, their families, and their country. So what are the biggest concerns for Second Amendment supporters? Let's break it down. The Second Amendment is clear. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. But every year, we see new restrictions, new laws, and new attempts to limit that right. Many gun owners believe these laws chip away at our freedoms, setting dangerous precedents for the future. We've seen it before, in history books and in real life. Countries that disarm their citizens often pave the way for government control, loss of rights, and even tyranny. Many gun owners worry that so-called common-sense gun laws are just the beginning of a larger plan to disarm the people entirely. At its core, gun ownership is about protection. Every day, firearms save lives. Law-abiding citizens use guns to defend themselves, their families, and their property from criminals. Yet politicians and anti-gun activists want to make it harder for everyday Americans to exercise their right to self-defense. Banning so-called assault weapons and high-capacity magazines is a feel-good solution that does nothing to stop crime. Many of these laws are based on the way a firearm looks, not how it functions. Criminals will always find a way to break the law, but law-abiding citizens are the ones who suffer under these restrictions. Background checks are already in place, but universal background checks could lead to a national gun registry, something many gun owners fear will be used for future confiscation. Red flag laws are another concern. While they claim to prevent violence, they allow the government to seize firearms without due process, violating constitutional rights. Gun-free zones are supposed to make people feel safe, but in reality, they do the opposite. Criminals don't follow signs, they exploit them. Mass shooters often target places where they know people can't fight back. Many believe that allowing law-abiding citizens to carry in these areas could prevent tragedies. The Founding Fathers knew what they were doing when they wrote the Second Amendment. It wasn't just about hunting, it was about protecting the people from a government that might one day turn against them. A well-armed citizenry is the last line of defense against tyranny. The media loves to push an anti-gun narrative. They ignore the millions of defensive gun uses every year and instead focus on fear-mongering. Responsible gun owners are demonized while criminals are given a pass. Gun laws often hurt the most vulnerable. High fees, long waiting periods, and restrictive policies make it harder for lower-income Americans to exercise their rights. The right to self-defense shouldn't be a privilege only for the rich. International organizations and foreign governments have no business telling Americans how to handle their Second Amendment rights. Some fear global treaties could pressure the United States into adopting restrictive gun laws that don't align with our Constitution. The Second Amendment is more than just words on paper. It's a guarantee that we, the people, have the right to protect ourselves, our families, and our freedoms. Stand strong, stay informed, and never stop defending your rights. Like and subscribe for more.